Aloha and welcome to an Aloha Monday. It is Monday. Yes. And yes, you want another treat, don't you? There we go. Give the dogs the treats and hope they shut up. Oh gosh. Hello and welcome, gang. We've been sitting here talking and talking over in chat. We had, let's see, Seal and La Princesa. And who else did we have? I know I was talking. Oh, yep. Princess, Seal, me, Magenta. We just been talking away in there, and there's Cristola popping in right there. So let me say some highs and talk for a few minutes while we allow YouTube to do their job of getting the notifications out to everyone. So, and keep the dogs quiet. So, how are y'all doing? Who's had a good work week so far? Anyone? Okay, no, okay. That's always probably not the right question to ask at the beginning of a live, is it? So, anyhow, let's see who we got here. Let me pull this down here. And Jessica, hey, I just saw it. Hey, I'm at the bottom of the list. I need to go back to the top and then, yes, I know, little one. I know. Let's see. So, Princess was the first one in chat today. I can always depend on you, girl. I swear. Every time I know I can come in here and I'll be doing research, okay, leading up to the live. And I know Princess will be in there and I can type back and forth at times and stuff like that. Oh no, Crystal, you been sick? No fair, no fair. So, and here, Seal. Yeah, guys, this case I found out about this morning. It's a brand new case to me also. And we had someone else come in here and hopefully they'll make their way back. Hopefully notifications will get out to everyone and from the area. This case is about two people who are missing now. Not one, two. Okay, a mom and her little boy. This little boy may be with us right now. He may not have even been given birth to yet. We don't know. But we do know she was 8 months pregnant a month ago when she went missing. What frustrates me beyond everything is the fact that those of us who usually know these cases, none of us hardly knew about it. I think it was mentioned when it first happened, and then everything just disappeared completely, everywhere. And that is wrong. This is a case of someone who needs to be being looked for. It's not a case of pointing fingers or things like that, even though there's a lot of stuff going on in this case. It basically, nothing was going on with it until over the weekend. No, I'm not going to say nothing. Things were going on, but I think there was a lot of stuff happening on a private level that was not coordinated at the level that we're used to. But when you're talking about a pregnant woman, it's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, it's really, yeah, exactly, Boot Hill. Okay, Natasha, exactly. And anyway, let me get back to you're gonna see me get on a couple different. I hope I don't get on soapboxes. Gang, keep me where you know I'm supposed to keep myself, which is out of the weeds. And but hopefully this is about a woman that needs to be found. Okay. Hey. So I see people popping in. I want to say hi there. And I'm like, no, got to go through the order here. Who else? Who came next? This was Travis. So Travis is from the area. I'm really hoping he makes his way back here. He did a notification. We were talking and he was saying, yeah, the direction she was walking when she was last seen was very rural. There have been some searches and you can tell by these searches, it is very rural area. And that is, yeah, a lot of possibilities there. Yes, Cassie. So hopefully we will hear back from him because it's always nice when we get family, friends, neighbors, people who know the area. It brings a different view to a case than we often get when we're just out here looking at things. Magenta popped up. Hello, Magenta. Yes, we were having a discussion whether or not Magenta is from the South or not because of y'all. And we all have our y'alls. And so let me see who else. Would you two doggies stop barking, please? There's Christola and Jessica. Hello. And Miss Natasha. Wrigley, would you stop it? You are such a little diva. You're a little boy, but you're a diva still. Uh-huh. And yes, Christola has it right. She was 8 months pregnant at the time of her disappearance 1 month ago. Guys, doesn't take much to realize what that means if she went missing a month ago and was 8 months pregnant at the time. We are fighting against time right now to find her before she gives birth, if she hasn't already done that. And so who else we got here? There's our Crystal and Sleuth. Hello, my dear. Hello, hello. And Burden. I've been over at Burden's watching Burden's. She's been doing some great coverage today also. And there's so much going on right now. There really is. And there's been some great news this week, too. Everything from Scotty being found, Janessa and Andrew, both of them being found. Stories that so many of us thought were going to have horrible endings, people being found safe. So that's why, again, there's always hope. There's always hope, and we just need to keep pushing towards that hope. Let's see, who else? Anyone else I missed? Okay, hopefully I did not miss anyone else. But let's go ahead and get going on as Christola puts here all the information on Cajairah. Now, I am going to preface everything, guys. I'm not sure on the real pronunciation of names here, so I apologize. As a girl whose Hawaiian name is Lokomaikai, I'm used to people not pronouncing your name right, and you know what? It's what's in the heart and the reason. Okay, I apologize if I am mispronouncing it, but the focus is here that we need to find this gorgeous young woman right now. So let me pull this up so we can share some things that I've got posted. Yeah. So here's our poster, and I do have the poster out on YouTube, Discord, and Facebook. So if anyone else needs anything, please email me. Okay, thelocalmylife@gmail.com. Sorry, mods. I'm not sure if Battissimo is still having their little hissy fit. They were having one earlier, so I'm not sure if it's going to work for y'all, but thelocalmylife@gmail.com, and I can send you guys out posters, whatever you guys need. However, she did go missing on the 23rd of February. You guys can pretty much guess from there. It's been way too long for her to be gone. She's 22 months. Now, she went missing in Beaumont, California. However, she and her family are not from Beaumont. Okay, I'm not sure if they were out on vacation at the time, just driving, what was going on at the time. However, they were from Moreno Valley, if I'm looking at things correctly. Hey, BC, no problem. We catch up. No problem, my dear. So that plays into this whole thing also. When you've got a very late term pregnant woman who is walking at 10:30 at night, and we'll get into what exactly was going on at that time in a second, in an area that she does not know. I mean, you are very quickly jumping up in how serious this is becoming. And so she's 5'7", 154 pounds. Again, 8 months pregnant, so weight changes also. Brown hair, brown eyes. She was pregnant at the time with a little boy. So right now, we may be looking for a pregnant woman. We may be looking for a woman with a baby. We may be looking for a woman. We don't know what we're looking. All we know is there are the two of them that need to be found. And most likely, if she was at 35 weeks when she went missing, she's around 40 weeks now. Okay, those of you who've given birth before know 40 weeks is, 39 to 40, you're giving birth. 41, you're late term. Okay, you're late. 42 is even beyond that. So, I mean, we are at that point. And Travis made it back. Okay, thank you, Travis. I meant to check that up and I forgot to. Moreno Valley is not far from Beaumont. Also, if you look up her name, you can see athletic information for her at Beaumont High School. So she does have some. Okay, that's great to know that. Hopefully, she knows the area in general. It's like me. Okay, I live in Hawaii. I know pretty much all the towns around where I live. And some I know better than others. But thank you, Travis. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, that's actually, yeah, did she actually go to Beaumont High School? That could be why they were there, not why they were there, but they had connections to the area at the time. And so thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm happy you made it back, my dear. And so what I want to do is I'm going to share these pictures, and I'm sorry, hopefully Crisp is doing its job and keeping my little diva over here from making too much noise. And also, oh, I was like, okay, what do you mean? How do you get? Yeah, Crystal is great at getting her name nice and pretty and all that. She's good at doing that. So, and yeah, it's a link you go to. So, what happened, you're seeing here with the picture and is she and her family were driving at the time, and like most families do when they stopped at a fast food restaurant, in this case a Jack in the Box, and grabbed something to eat, bathroom break, all those things. At that point, something happened, and I'm not 100% sure. I feel fairly safe in saying that somewhere an argument occurred. Okay. I'm not saying like super high, but enough where she made the decision to get out of her vehicle. Okay. And take a walk. Okay. Get some air. Okay. It's one of the things we talk about it here in Mental Health Fridays. Okay. If you're in a fight or something like that, you just take a couple minutes break. That's what she did. People saw her walking south from the Jack in the Box parking lot. This picture that you're seeing here on the screen right now is actually the last picture we have of her. It's her walking through the parking lot, walking south. And that's the last we saw from her. After that, things are different, okay, depending on whether you're talking to police versus family, but the general idea is pretty much the same. And my concern, of course, is the fact that, to me, there's certain cases that automatically need to be made more important, and a late-term pregnancy missing is one of those. Now, I know different people have different ways, and you've got policies, procedures, and things like that. But anyhow, let me pull up pictures, and then we're going to go in and we're going to look at Google Earth, and then I'm going to read a couple different documents that I was able to find. So these are some of the pictures of Cajairah. So Cajairah Jae Fraise is it's either Fraise or Fraise. I'm thinking Fraise. It's actually a French word, but I'm not sure how they pronounce it. But Cajairah Jae Fraise, gorgeous, gorgeous young woman. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. You can see in that picture with the black just how she's beaming. You talk about women when they are pregnant. Okay, just that glow. She had it. She has it right there. Who reported her missing? Her family are the ones who reported her missing. There are some conflicting thoughts as to what happened after that. And that's why I was like, how do I approach this? Because you guys know I'm about the facts. I'm about the facts. I'm not about creating large scale, okay, what if this happened and then this happened and whatever. Let's try to keep it to the facts. But we are lucky in this case that we do have a couple different press releases and stuff that we can look at and see exactly where different people were focused at that time. So we got the pictures there. Oh my gosh, I just realized I did not put up my little picture. So I am going to do that real quickly if you guys don't mind. I always put up that in the corner so we can look at we always there. Okay. So both of these pictures are recent. You can tell from both of them that she was pregnant in both of them. And so now what I want to do is switch over to Google Earth to start off with. So as we were just saying in here and what's being shared with us, okay, this area is definitely a much more rural area. Seal, you were confused, especially, yeah, and that's where we're going to be getting Seal. Yes, there are definitely, family is saying they are cooperating as much as they are able to. Police are saying that they haven't been cooperating. There's been a lot of things, and that's why I'm like, oh, come on, guys. You know, let's get back to what the focus is, which is this woman who is missing. What can we do to find her and spread her story? But yeah, it's important to recognize because, of course, okay, there's investigations going at the same time. So anyhow, I'm going to pull up, you guys know my infamous blue, okay, pin right there. That is the Jack in the Box right there. So when we're looking at the Jack in the Box, okay, she was walking south in this area. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is Beaumont is right up here. This area is leading up into foothills and stuff. Okay. It's very close to highways. Sorry, let me shut someone up. There's a treat. And very close to highways on both directions, depending how things go, which is always scary because if God forbid she was walking and someone grabbed her, it's a very quick jaunt to very high speed highways that you could get out of the area very quickly on. There is also a lot of open area here. So if someone had bad thoughts or something, there's that possibility. There's also the capability of getting lost, in all honesty. If you're looking here, okay, I'll zoom in. Okay, you've got woods in these areas, you're talking mountains. I have heard there is a junkyard area or something like that fairly near this. You can kind of see here, there's definitely a lot of space. And the more the space, the more it's harder to find someone. And to me, that's one reason why this case needs to be, there's also a dump. Thank you, Travis. I wasn't sure if it was a dump or, but thank you. Because I knew there was something like that that amps up fear big time. There is, let's see, we got 79 here and we have 10 right here. Let's see how far all these go. Yeah, there we go there. I-10 is going to take you all the way from there, all the way across the country pretty much. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff very close by. There's 10. So there's the Jack in the Box. There's I-10 right there. So, and it's west east. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. So this is the type of thing in my eyes we need to be on right away. Okay, we do know there are issues out there, whether there be someone wanders away and just something horrible. Okay, they fall down, they get hurt, stuff like that. That happens. You also have people who pick people up. You also have people who, okay, we don't know. Was she communicating with someone? Okay, and that person was interested in the pregnancy. We don't know. That's hopefully what the police have been looking at. I'm really, truly hoping the police have been looking at those things. I don't know, though. I think there was some confusion at the beginning about what direction people wanted this taken. Did people want to take it as a serious, let's go full force search? Or are we going to be searching as a family? What about the babies? I have not. I've been looking. There's been a couple other people in this community who've been looking for information. It's kind of interesting, Travis. There's been very little, and for those of you who've been following this, trying to help research this, feel free to say anything. There was a little bit of information when it first broke, and then a lot of stuff disappeared quickly, and there was no talking. It was extremely quiet. And guys, I'll be honest, That doesn't necessarily always mean someone's guilty of something or things like that. Okay, we've recognized, I don't think this is the case in this time, but we know for a fact that law enforcement will often tell families, do not talk about the case on the internet because there's too many trolls, there's too many people who, I mean, families, okay, Janessa's family, they didn't want to report what was possibly happening with their daughter being found because of the fact that people were calling false stuff all the time. So you want to make sure that it's not someone playing games with you. So initially, I would have thought something like that possibly. I don't know, looking at the rest of this stuff now. But yeah, very little information. What seems to have happened is last week, the police upped the level of importance, I guess you could call it. Okay, they started saying that she was critical missing. Before this, she was just missing. And with that comes a lot more of the media and things like that, because you're getting press releases out and stuff on that level. And once that happened, all of a sudden, there was a lot more coverage. There was a lot more press releases from both sides for all that. Yeah, BC, there you go. The parents were posting about it, but wanted to control it so it could be erased when she was found, which I can understand. I think honestly, what my gut is telling me is they may have, when all this happened, they thought they'd find her within a day or so, that she just needed a little break and then she'd come home and all that, when that didn't happen. And who wants that? We talk about this all the time. When it covers the internet, okay, someone has to live with all of this information that's put out after the fact. That's why when people come to me and I'll see comments in the comment section saying, well, I think we should know what happened to so-and-so now that they've been found. And I'm like, well, this is a 12 or 13-year-old. This is going to follow them their whole life. Are they due the confidentiality so they don't have to live with a mistake like running away or something like that? So, but BC, yes, exactly. There's hardly any posting at all now going. And this is the time when we can all come together and start. Look at that area. There needs to be coordinated searches. There needs to be grid searching, things like that. That requires manpower. Police alone do not have that manpower on their own. They need to be able to reach out and get community members and stuff like that involved. They need hundreds of people to do searches like this. Okay, and that, if you've got, and unfortunately what I'm seeing right now is this head against head, head-to-head type thing, rather than we need to do what we can to find this gorgeous young woman. So what can we do to find her? So I kind of address, I'm going to pull this back up. If anyone wants me to pull the pictures up in a second, let me know. Okay, any of those things. However, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch over to the different press releases, because I was trying to figure out the best option for dealing with this, because there are different stories being told about this. So what I want to do is go through, a little different than I normally do, go through the press releases themselves. And then from there, we can get a better idea, because usually, you know, you get two different stories and the truth is somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Very seldom is it all once or the other. It's somewhere there. Is Avery, her baby's name, is that asking me or someone else? I don't know if there is a name. I have not heard about any name, but see, that's the thing. There's very little information out there. So this came out on March 22nd, so about 5 days ago. It came out through the Beaumont Police Department. I'm going to read theirs first, and then I'm going to read the family's response to the press release. And then we can kind of go from there. Hey, bitch for life, girl. How you doing? Love you, my dear. And also, let's see, Seal, what we got here. Yeah, Seal. There is and maybe that could be, if there's a bus stop really close to that Jack in the Box, And maybe there was a fight right before this happened. And she felt, you know what? When you are pregnant, you got hormones going all over the place. And maybe she thought, you know what? I'm jumping on this, this bus, and she's somewhere right now and will give birth and then, come back home at some point. We don't know. I'm hoping, because you guys know, hope, hope is there, and hope will be there, and we'll keep looking for those areas. So, according to this, on March 22nd, and then, they shared this that in Beaumont, California, the Beaumont PD is looking for information on 22-year-old Cajairah Jae Fraise. On Friday, February 24th, the family of Cajairah requested officers take a missing persons report. After Cajairah walked away from her parents while stopping at Jack in the Box, located at 89 Beaumont Avenue in the city of Beaumont, at around 10:39 p.m. on Thursday night. So already we're getting told 10:39 is when she went missing. Friday was when it was reported. Now, guys, that there's only an hour and 20 minutes between those two dates at that point. So that could be they were out looking for it at that time. Okay, it's not like 24 hours has passed. It's a couple hours. Hey, Jill, welcome, welcome, Jill. And yeah, welcome everyone coming in, my dear. And the parents indicated they had delayed reporting in hopes they would be able to locate her. And the more I look at this and read what the family has said, I think that truly was their hope, that they would come across her or get her to answer her phone or something like that. And unfortunately, that's not the way things were going. So they made the phone call. Officers took the report and placed her as a voluntarily missing adult in the missing and unidentified persons section, MUPS database within the California Department of Justice. At the time she went missing, she was reported to be 35 weeks pregnant. Hey, bitch for life. Thank you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of my OGs, by the way. Bitch for life is one of my OGs. Love you, my dear. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. I give you a heart. Oh, wait, my heart is starting to work again. I love you, my bitch. And I love you, girl. And so back to this one. Actually, let me take that down real quick so you guys can see what I'm reading. And there we go. At the time she was missing, she was reported to be 35 weeks pregnant. The case was assigned to detectives who began to conduct follow-up with the family as well as request copies of surveillance footage in the area in hopes of finding additional information to assist in locating her. Detectives also began to follow up on leads related to social media postings, phone records, places where she had worked or frequented, as well as extended family members and friends. A missing persons flyer was distributed to both local and regional law enforcement agencies looking for assistance in locating her. Also, at this time, information was being distributed to local hospitals because, of course, she's pregnant. One of the first places you're going to be connecting with are the hospitals. Do they have a pregnant woman or a woman who has just given birth? And searches were conducted of the area she was last seen by unmanned aerial systems drones. Detectives also walked the area of where she went missing to look for additional clues on where she may have gone. Having exhausted those leads on her whereabouts and being concerned reference to her late-term pregnancy, the Beaumont Police Department issued a missing persons bulletin via social media pages to elicit information from the public or additional friends or family who might have more information to provide. At this time, detectives also expanded their efforts to distribute information to hospitals, clinics, mental health facilities, shelters, and other organizations in Riverside County, San Bernardino County, and Nevada, as well as requested additional aerial support to survey the area where she was last seen. Again, you can go back to how vast that area is. You are talking very rural, a lot of wilderness, a lot of trees, a lot of mountains, things like that. At this time, detectives have requested additional resources, but are also finding the family is not completely not cooperatively working with detectives and providing the necessary additional information to assess detectives in bringing her home. Now, remember, family is saying they are. We will be getting to that response in a few seconds or minutes. She is close to 40 weeks pregnant. She may be very close to or has already given birth, and we are nearing the 30-day mark. We have now passed that 30-day mark when she was initially reported missing. We have upgraded her status to critical missing and are pleading with the public, friends, family, and or other acquaintances to provide information to assist us in locating her. She is 22 years old, identifies as a Black female adult, 5'7", 154 pounds, with brown eyes, brown hair. She was last seen wearing a black shawl, black hoodie, gray sweatpants, and black slip-on shoes. She resides in the city of Moreno Valley with her parents. Anyone who has information is asked to call Beaumont PD, 951-769-8500. I have that on our posters also. Or can also report things anonymously at crimetips@beaumontpd.org and or dial 911. So that is, and they shared out the picture that I shared on the other poster, as well as the surveillance video. And this here, I think this poster here was actually made by the family, if I'm putting all this together correctly. And so that is what the PD put out, March 22nd, so about 5 days ago at this point. And basically made their decision that they needed to up the seriousness of this disappearance. And that's what's going on. Yeah, and exactly. So now what I'm going to do next is this is the family did a typed version of a statement from the family. This definitely was, sorry, there go the dogs again. Okay, this was put together to respond in certain ways, make sure they were covering everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they had someone help put this together, whether it be a lawyer or someone. Okay, just with the way it was written, I'll be honest, it was not, it's written in a more official way rather than just sit down and respond like a lot, if that makes sense. Hey guys, come here. Okay, so let's go through this. And this gives us a little bit more information according to them as to what happened that day. So the statement from her family in response to the press release. When the family stopped at the Jack in the Box to use the restroom and get food, Cajairah felt it was best for her to get some fresh air and get out of the car for her own mental health, as was common for her those days. The family was directed by other civilians that she had walked south. However, her family did not see her and immediately called the 911. Okay, you can barely hear, but not, okay, that's good, that's good. And there are little pains today for sure. Couple things there, okay. I'm already seeing, hey, Daydream Ride, welcome, my dear. Yep, grab your cup of tea. I got me my second cup of coffee today, so I'm doing really good. And hope you're having a good day, my dear. Some of the things I'm noticing here, they are addressing the fact that she did get out of the car. They're saying it was for her own mental health and to get some fresh air. I can kind of see that, yes, maybe there had been an argument or something and they don't want to come straight out and say that. That would have been the mental health side of it. So I could see that, but they themselves are not saying there was one. I do find it interesting that the police are saying Thursday was the report with 10:39, that according to here, they called immediately, okay, on the night of the 23rd. So going further on that. The missing person report was requested on the night of February 23rd when Officer Becerra responded to the call. The family was not made aware that Officer Becerra did not file the missing person report. Since the call was made for a missing person, the officer was dispatched and family thought the report was done. On February 24th, Officer Perez called the mother to find out if they had found her and asked, did they want to proceed with the missing person report. Her mom was confused because her mother knew that they had requested the missing person report to be done last night by Officer Becerra. Officer Perez said he would call Officer Becerra for the information. This is where, guys, I'm being real with you. I think there were some major miscommunications here. I think a lot of times when we're talking, we're not recognizing everything that people are saying, especially if you're nervous and scared and you've got emotions going on and everything. There also could be the thing at the beginning where, okay, maybe the first officer thought that they were going to just continue doing the searches themselves. We don't know. Okay, what we do know is it looks like the initial, something happened with that initial report. In my eyes, guys, this is me on a soapbox right now. If someone is reported missing and they are within 1 month of giving birth, I think at that point, it needs to be taken seriously. Even if family, the significant other, friends, whatever, want to say, okay, you know what, I think we may find him in the next day or so. Don't worry about it. Honestly, I think we need to take it seriously as a society. Okay. Yes, it could be a false alarm where the person just walked away and they're back the next day, but at least we haven't lost that important time. So whether the family requested or not, I personally think we should be following up on that. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Sleuth. I'll be honest, I have a very hard time with this walking bit. At 8 months pregnant, I haven't been pregnant, gang, before. Okay, but yeah, Sleuth. Okay, maybe, okay, I could barely walk without having to pee at that point. There's no way she would have gotten that far willingly. Okay, sorry. It just does not make sense. There were a lot of little things here, and I don't know if it was a new police officer who wasn't sure. Oh, well, the family's saying not to worry about it right now, and they're seeing it that way, and yet the family's seeing it, well, we reported it, it gets reported. Could be. We don't know. Seal, I'm really hoping she took the bus. I'm really hoping she took the bus. Yeah, Crystal, you could barely lay there without peeing. Exactly. So my problem right now is this fact that we're getting into this, everyone trying to, I'm sorry, CYA. It seems like CYA on all levels right now. And I'm like, F CYA. Let's find this young woman. Sorry, just saying it. So the family reached out to surrounding businesses to view video footage independently. But because of lack of support or sense of urgency from the Beaumont police, resulted in all video footage expiring in locating Cajairah, except for the school's footage. I could see that happening. But it is, the police are saying they did request all this stuff. See, there's some weird things here. Okay. And yes, Jessica, I agree. Leaving, no, something's off there. And but I do know, if you don't get this video footage quickly from companies, videotapes are recorded over. That's why it's important, and you can't, even if the person is saying, don't worry, we'll keep looking on them on our own. I'm sure she just ran off for a break or something like that. No, we know it's important. We have to have this stuff ASAP. And again, we're taking the word for it that the video footage expired. But I could see, because I know the facilities I ran, our footage would expire every couple days because we'd rotate the videotapes. And so Cajairah's family was never provided images of Cajairah that were placed on social media of her walking behind the school. Her family discovered images online with the public. Guys, this is why it's so important for families and police to work together. Okay, both sides working with each other. Because look at what happens. There's a bus stop in front of the academy where the photo was retrieved. God, that bus is starting to sound more and more. Yeah, that is really starting to sound more. And what's more important than now, okay, the more and more I hear about this bus bit, the more I realize she's been gone for a month and no one outside of that local vicinity even knows she's missing or what she looks like. Okay, that bus could have gotten her into a totally different state. And that's when you need social media, because social media gets these posters out to people. And Bitch for Life, she is 22 years old, if I'm correct on that. And the bus should have cameras. Yeah, and you would think the police would see. And that's the thing right now, depending on where you're believing with all this stuff going on, I would feel the police have checked all that. But I don't know. I don't know. Um, Christola is saying, right, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. When you got that far along and you got baby resting against that cervix, and yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I have not heard of any other children, so this is also her first child. And so that's making it even more so. Okay, it's not like it's something that she's gone through before. Let's see. So as for the providing of the images, yeah, they should be given the images. I'll be honest, family, that's part of the keeping family, okay, in the loop. Okay, even if, okay, I have a lot of ifs right now here, I'll be honest, gang, but I do have to say, you know what, that's part of the communication. And that's why, to be honest, people start trusting other sides less. And I think that's actually a lot of what's going on here is there's very little trust right now going on. Cajairah's family provided detectives all information on social media posts, friends, cell phone records, phone numbers to family members, distributed her missing person flyer through social media with paid advertisements, placed flyers throughout the city of Beaumont on posts and inside local businesses, contacted hospitals daily, motels daily, mental health hospitals. Additionally, Cajairah's family searched by foot the fields behind Jack in the Box with dogs and manually posted flyers the same day the search was conducted by Beaumont PD drones on 3/7. Cajairah's family searched the area by car many days and stood in front of the local businesses giving out flyers. Okay, I'm kind of keeping my mouth quiet. There's certain things. Taking dogs on searches is not, trust me, if I took my dogs out on a search for it, that's not going to do it. The dogs have to be trained. Honestly, this is where I think we're just getting into finger pointing game on both sides. It's like, oh, we did this. Oh, well, we did. Okay, great. Let's just find this girl. Let's find her. Beaumont did, and this I have a problem with. Okay, Beaumont did not put her into the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System because of their low sense of urgency. Gang, NamUs is important. And this is not something just in this. We find this across the board, where in certain areas, people are not being put into these systems the way they need to be. If they're not in the system, it's going to make it harder for people across the country to find them. Okay, if someone shows up not knowing who they are at a hospital, these things help. And so I do think there definitely may have been this low sense of urgency. And like I said, I think the truth is somewhere in between both of these stories right now. Cajairah's family did you say she was originally from Moreno Valley, which we're being told right now that that's pretty close to the same area. Let's see real quickly. Let me see if I can actually pull back up. Actually, once we're done with this, we'll pull it back up and we'll kind of take a look at exactly how far away everything is. Unless we happen to have anyone here who remembers the exacts on that. Sorry, let me go through. We need I honestly, Jessica, I think we need to standardize a lot of these things. We see this with Amber Alerts. We see this with all these other things. Every state, every area has their own rules. So it becomes very hard, very confusing for families because, say, a family, even those of us here who know the systems and stuff like that, if one of our family members went missing, we'd be like, okay, wait, in my case, I live in Hawaii. Okay. The rules for putting them into systems will be this, everything's different. And it needs to be standardized. Okay. When you are talking about time, standardization is important. Crystal, yeah, nothing could be found on her. I know when I told Cristola who I was covering today, she went to go look and she's like, there's nothing. There's no group out there. There's no, okay, there's nothing out there on her. And in the meantime, 1 month has gone by. What if it was a worst case scenario? Okay, where time is of the essence. Cajairah's family cooperated 100% with Beaumont detectives within their ability to do so. There's certain things in the writing of this that make me think someone else was helping with writing it, and that last sentence there is last part of that sentence is one of those things, that they cooperated within their ability to do so. I just have a feeling someone's helping them in writing this, whether or not they are looking at the possibility of a lawsuit further down the line or stuff like this. I think, yeah, there's something with that. LM, how you doing, my dear? Love you, my dear. Mwah. Love you. And yeah, so that's why I'm being really, there's a lot of things going on in this case where I'm right now saying, guys, this isn't about this group or that group or whatever. It's about this 22-year-old with a most likely a newborn at this time. We need to find her. So they end their statement with the family of Cajairah Fraise is demanding justice, that Beaumont Police Department hold live press conference for our missing daughter. You know what? I do think a live press conference is probably good. I definitely, Travis just brought that up again, that there may be some tie with Beaumont High School, and there's some interesting things we need to take a look at within these. But Travis, how far, do you know off the top of your head how far Beaumont is from Moreno Valley? I was wondering if you can help that with that. Jack in the Box to residential areas of Beaumont is 15 to 17 miles. Okay. What about to Moreno Valley? I'm wondering how far it is. Residential area, of Moreno. So 15, 17, so it is close. Honestly, it's about the length of me getting across the island, to be honest. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. So that is the two different, no worry, Travis. I really appreciate you even hanging out in here and helping us with all this stuff. So this is where I'm really just having, right now, we know we have a young woman who went missing. Okay. Initially, things were not taken as seriously as I personally would like to have seen them taken. But I also don't know if there were other things going on where people were taking the word of others that, we'll just find this or whatever. And there was a misunderstanding, miscommunication, whatever it be. What I can say, though, as of the 5 days ago, this has been bumped big time. Okay, a little late, but hey, at least it's moving in that direction. And what we need to do is stop pointing fingers at this point, and we need to figure out where she is. We need to coordinate. We need people to be putting together grid searches. We need to be getting the information out on social media, okay, so that people can actually start recognizing this gorgeous woman if they happen to see her, whether she's pregnant or not, whether she has a baby with her or not. I mean, this is too dangerous what's going on there. Can you get and let me know what you think? Oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, Travis, if you join, Crystal, if you want to share the Discord, you can share it there. The other would be email me and I can help get things, if there's anything to share out, I can help out that way. And so what I wanted to do now is just a real quick going through some of the important stuff. We've kind of gone through a lot of it. We know there's a lot of finger pointing. We know a lot of those things. What has happened in the last 5 days? Because a lot has happened in the last 5 days. In the last 5 days, as they've said, they've started doing searches. There's been video actually out there of where they actually, let me pull this up real quick and I can share with you guys that. Share screen. I think this is, let's see, sorry gang. Aha, here we go. So this is actually something I was able to come across. Let's mute this. So we're not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of have this to show you guys. So they were out a few days ago, actually in the area where she was last seen. They had gotten a tip, yeah. And so they had gone into this area to take a look. They had been using, okay, local look, what do I get? Local look at these. Yes, they got a tip that led them to this area. And so unless this is a new one that we're hearing about, but I think it's connected to this one. Yeah, BC's been great. BC's amazing at research. Oh my God, that girl can research. Okay, yeah, no, it would be great if it was new. And I'm hoping that we will get some more new ones. Let me just move forward a little so you can get some better views of the area. So yeah, looking at this, you're recognizing very quickly people can get lost in this area extremely, extremely. You know, LM, I don't know. The police haven't said where the tip came from or anything like that. There have been dogs put out for seeing if they can find anything here. They did not find, this was 3 days ago and she is still missing at this point. So that's why I think it's so important at this point that we stop all the finger pointing and stuff like that and instead work together. Get an actual search thing going. We all know that the families, that work hand in hand with law enforcement and try to pull all this together, you can use all of the benefits of law enforcement because they have so many things that they have right at their hands. Plus, pulling people locally. Because if, Travis, like you're saying, there's a chance, did she go to that high school in that area? If she happened to have gone to that high school, she may have a lot of friends in the area, but even so, 15 miles is not that far to drive to search for people you know. Okay, and people will probably do that. So I think doing that is probably key right now. If we think that she is in this area, which it sounds to me that's where they're thinking. See how fast the cars go. Yep. If she got lost, and at 10:30 at night, does not look like there's a lot of light on that highway either. Okay, so many possibilities there. And it just, Ellen got it. I was wondering if it was known who said, yeah, I do not know. You know, Ellen, this case is frustrating me because in my eyes, I remember how many times have we had a pregnant woman go missing, and it's like everywhere. And this has been over a month now, and it's not everywhere. And it needs to be. It needs to be. And so let me go back here to this where I was initially. Sorry, gang. Here we go. Some of this will have, but maybe there might be a couple new things. Travis is your husband. Aha! So I won't be calling you Travis anymore. I'll say Travis's spouse. There we go. And so I'm just so happy you joined us today. So again, there's a little boy, whether we have a name, okay, we definitely can tell. Look how happy she was with these pictures and stuff like that. So we know she was okay at the time of this picture right there. We know she was okay at that time. So they're saying they've been using their drones. They've gone up there. They've looked around. They've contacted a lot of locations and going as far as Nevada. So yeah, you get into Nevada, you got Vegas, you got all those other areas here. They just need, she really is glowing, Travis. That's my dear. And I will have a name for you. And but yes, look at that. Look at how she's glowing in that picture. And the other one, just as much where she's here. Look at that. it's amazing. And I just, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to read and see and know that she needs she needs to be a face that a lot more people know. And so hopefully we can fix that. Let's see here. I'm kind of going through this pretty quick. We kind of went through here. You guys have actually seen the actual pictures themselves. Uh, you just sent something to Discord. Okay, let me pull up Discord real quick. There you go. Oh, uh, okay. Let me see here. Is this something I can? Yeah. You know what? I seal. Yeah, I've heard a lot of that too, and that's why I'm trying to really walk. Guys, I'll be honest. Okay, there's a lot, and you guys know me. I try not to get too much into the he said, she said, and stuff like that out here. But I do know there has been a lot of things going on in this case, and I don't care. There is a young woman who needs to be found. And I think the more people who know her, the more people who are sharing her picture, the more people who are sharing her story, the better chance there is for her to come home. Yes, I know people worry about what happens when she comes home, but well, you know what? We got to get her home first before we can worry about that next step. You got to get her home. And hey, Tim, how you doing, my dear? Um, so yeah, I have heard. I've heard. Okay, I'll just and there are some possibilities out there. A lot of people have been talking about where potentially some people out there are not too happy about this case getting attention. We'll just leave it at that. But I don't care. This girl needs someone to speak up for her. And we've got a community of advocates and champions out here who will make sure that her face gets out there and because she deserves to be safe, whatever that looks like. She deserves to be safe. So sorry about that, guys. So so yeah, that article is pretty much there. Ah, oh yes. Oh, I can't wait. Definitely say hi to us on Discord, Travis or Madeir. And also, and yeah, we really, I actually do crafts all over the place. Yeah, a lot, too many crafts. So we'll see you over on Discord. So let me pull back over to my main screen. Yeah, there's a little of everything, something for everyone over on this channel. I mean, we do our healthcare, mental health things on Fridays. We have our chats, we have cantina, we do a little of everything. And because we're all a little bit more than just one thing. So, but yeah, no, this is Cajairah. Cajairah needs to be found. She needs to know that people are looking for her and care about her. Okay, she has a little boy who, if he hasn't already entered the world, he's going to enter the world any day now. Okay, his birthday is going to be any day now. And you know what? She needs the health care. She needs to be in a hospital. She needs to know that people are there for her. So, um, let's see. I have a channel. Oh yeah, yeah, totally, Chris. I'm fine with any of you guys sharing any of your channels. Just let me know. You guys know how I am. I okay. Yeah, you guys are my family. And so here's the poster that if any of you guys need, I can help get you. It's on Facebook, it's on Discord, and it's on my community tab. So Cajairah Jae Fraise was last seen on February 23rd in Beaumont, California. She's 22 years old. She's 5'7" and 154 pounds. Brown hair, brown eyes, curly brown hair, brown eyes. Looks like it's right now at least down to here. She was 8 months pregnant at the time of her disappearance. Okay, that means she's 9 months now. She was expected to have a little boy and may have given birth by now. She was last seen wearing a black shawl, black hoodie, gray sweatpants and black slip-on shoes. If anyone has any information, they think they may have seen something that night, they recognize her from somewhere else, whatever it is, please contact the Beaumont Police Department at 951 769 8500. You guys can help us on sharing things out as much as possible. Okay. She, together we can tell her story. Together we can bring her home. And so love all you guys tons. To those, oh, JP's popping in right now. Hey JP, love you, my dear. And congratulations on the album, by the way. JP has a brand new album, and that's out. In fact, I need to share it on my community tab again. So thank you guys all. Love you, Sleuth. I love you, Sleuth. I'm going to head out to go see a movie with Mom in a few minutes, all about the ballistic missile that supposedly was launched at Hawaii years ago. Someone has made a movie out of it called 20 Minutes. So we're going to go see that tonight. So love you guys tons. Thank you all so much. I will see you. Oh, FYI, Sleuth and I talked, and this week I leave Thursday for the mainland for Robbie's wedding. So I think we're going to cancel our panel for Wednesday. I know Sleuth is going to be covering all morning the trial, and also that won't be, but I will let you guys know. I hope to go live a couple times from Vegas while I'm there. So I will be keeping in touch with you guys. Love you all tons. Welcome to those of you who are new to the channel, and Bitch for Life, thanks for joining as a new member. Love you guys tons. Aloha, mahalo.